Hello, I am Michael Santos with Earning Freedom. I create mastermind programs to help people just like you, people who are working in prisons or people who are administrating over schools that serve a population of at-risk adolescents that many have identified as being vulnerable of going into the prison system. I know how challenging it is if you're working in a prison or such a school because you're dealing with people who frequently live without much hope. They're people who aren't receptive to the time and the energy that you put forward, and it's my job to try and provide you with new resources. Why? Because as this image shows on the screen, I know that sometimes your job can feel as if you are living the life of Sisyphus, this mythological character from Greek mythology who was condemned to hell, and his punishment was he had to take a rock, roll it up a hill, and every time that rock reached the top of the hill, the rock would roll right back down and he'd have to start all over again. What I'm saying is that I know that it can be incredibly challenging to be implementing programs, to be devoting your time, your energy, your resources to teaching people who just don't seem to want to learn. My job is to provide you with tools and resources that will help you learn. And you know how we're going to do that? We're going to do that by asking the right questions. I know a lot about question-based learning because it was question-based learning that helped me as I was going through what some might construe as incomprehensible struggle. It helped me ask questions of what is the best possible outcome, and it helped me answer those questions in a way that really empowered me through a difficult journey, allowed me to come back strong, just as I know you want for everybody that you're serving, whether you're working in a prison or in such a school. I was a kid who was once on that same path. That's me on that part of the screen when I was in my early 20s. I began making really bad decisions when I was 20 years old. I was influenced by that character on the other side that some of you may recognize. Of course, it's the actor Al Pacino playing the character Tony Montana in the movie Scarface. When I saw that movie, unfortunately, I was influenced in such a way that caused me to make a lot of bad decisions, criminal decisions. I left my home in Seattle, relocated to South Florida, began trafficking in cocaine, and I lived that path for a couple of years until authorities came in and arrested me. I was arrested on August the 11th, 1987, and I was facing a sentence of life without the possibility of parole. And at the time of my arrest, the only thing that I wanted was to get out of jail. Like I suspect many of the people that you're dealing with, they're living in struggle or challenging times, and instead of looking into the future, they're only focused on what's going on in their life right now. And it's because I was once in that type of an environment and yet transformed or changed my life while I was in there that I believe I can communicate with them. I believe I can provide a resource for you and your team and your staff members to inspire those people so that those people will understand that regardless of what bad decisions they have made in the past or what current challenges they're going through, they can always begin sowing seeds at any given time to build a better life. That's what I learned while I was inside of a jail cell after I had been convicted of crimes that would expose me to the possibility of life in prison without the possibility of parole. But before I was sentenced, I happened to come across a mastermind story. And the first mastermind I read was Socrates. Socrates inspired me so much. Why? Because as I flipped the pages of the book that I was reading, I saw that he too was in a jail cell. And when he was in a jail cell, he was waiting for his execution. Rather than running away from his execution when he had the opportunity to do so, however, he chose to stay inside. And when I read his reasoning behind it, it completely transformed my life, my way of thinking. When Socrates gave his answer of why he would not escape his punishment, he gave such a poignant answer that resonated with me, and I wanted to be that kind of a person. Socrates stated when he had the opportunity to run away from his punishment, he said, "I'm going to stay and accept the death sentence," and his reasoning for doing so was he said, "We all live in a democracy. And in a democracy, we have the right to change the laws we don't agree with, but we don't have the right to break laws." He said, "I have to take the good with the bad, and I've taken all the good that the society has to offer. That means I've got to take the bad also." So his courage in facing a challenge, his belief in saying, I have to live for something that's bigger than even my own life, and that is my role as a good citizen of this democracy. I remember sitting that book on my chest while I was inside of that jail cell, feeling as if the walls and the ceilings were closing in on me, extinguishing hope. I started to project. I said, well, what can I do while I'm in here to begin living a better life, to begin living a life that would suggest I want to become something more than my past bad decisions? And you know how I did it? I did it through this question-based learning. That's what Socrates taught. This you frequently have heard about the art of Socratic questioning. And it's really questioning what is the best possible outcome we can achieve. Well, when I was in that jail cell, I started thinking about people like you. You became my avatars. I was inside of a jail cell, and I started thinking about who are the people that I'm going to meet in the future. Because it's those people, I have to earn respect from those people. I began thinking about my future probation officer, about my future employer, about my future business partners, about my future creditors, about all of these people that I expected to meet in the future. And I began saying, what, if anything, can I do while I'm in prison to prove worthy of the support that I want to receive from them? You see, it was this message of saying, I want to figure out the people that I want to meet in the future, and I want to prove worthy of their support. It was this message of thinking about something bigger than myself. I learned that from so many masterminds, starting with Socrates, but then going into the modern era of people like Steve Jobs or Nelson Mandela or Viktor Frankl or Gandhi. All of these people taught me so much and that empowered me as I went through my journey. And it's this message that I learned from masterminds that I want to deliver to people in your institutions. It's this message that I want to deliver with any individual who is going through struggle, whether that person's in prison right now, that person's formerly incarcerated on probation, that person is in a school where he could be construed as going into the system. I want to show them that there is a path to success. I want to show them that path, it begins by asking questions and not by living like an ostrich. Some of you may know that myth of the ostrich that lives on the plains of a desert someplace like the Serengeti, and when it sees a pack of lions coming, instead of recognizing the danger that it's in, it lives in denial. What does it do? It buries its head in the sand, and because it can't see the lions any longer, it operates under the myth or the mistaken belief that the lions aren't going to see him and the danger is going to pass him by. And I know that that's what it's like for a lot of people who are living in jails or prisons in America. They think that the tragedy of a criminal record or past bad decisions is not going to influence the rest of their life. My job is to show them, stop living in denial. Instead, start looking at your future. Start looking at what life can become. Start asking questions about avatars. I want you and the people in my courses, I want them to be thinking about the people they're going to meet in the future. And I want them to be thinking about what steps they can begin taking right now to empower themselves so that they live with passion and energy and discipline that is consistently focused on becoming a success, on becoming something more than past bad decisions. And I know that I've got to communicate with people who are living frequently without hope. There might be a child who is inside of a school that doesn't see a future, that is being influenced by negative people in their communities. It might be an individual who's been sentenced to prison and he can't stand the possibility of serving months or years or decades away from the people he loves or the people she loves or the people that love him and her. All of that can really cripple an individual's mentality. And it's my job to try to show them there is a path through it. It's my job to help you as an administrator, as a teacher, to give you the types of tools you can use to both inspire and to be inspired. If you have this type of a coursework, you are going to see the people in your care recognizing that they can begin taking deliberate courses of action, the courses of action that masterminds have taken, the courses of action that you have taken. The reality is all of us as humanity, we all face struggle or challenges of one kind or another. The difference is people like you who are leaders of your community, you've always known how to overcome them. people who have lived with backgrounds like I have had have made a series of bad decisions, and it's time to try to show those people what steps they can take today to begin preparing for success. And I want to give you tools that you can use that will help you. And that's what the Earning Freedom Mastermind courses are all about. It's about providing you with tools and resources. I sometimes use this analogy of a father who is trying to discipline his son when I'm communicating the power of these courses. Now, here's the story: the son had done made some bad decisions, and the father wants to discipline him. And he drives him out to where there's a big boulder in the road, and he tells his son, "Son, your job, your punishment, your ability to atone and reconcile is to move that rock." And the son looks at the rock and he says, "Wow, it's a mammoth rock. How am I going to move it?" He gets out and he tries to push it. Rock doesn't budge. The son then goes to the back of his dad's pickup. He pulls out a rope. He loops the rope around the rock, throws it across the tree, tries to pull it down and leverage it. Rock doesn't budge. Goes into the back of the pickup truck, grabs a crowbar, tries it into the rock. Rock doesn't budge. Son comes back, says to his dad, "Dad, I've tried everything. That rock is not going to move." And his father says, "Son, you didn't try everything." Son said, "You saw me, Dad. I tried everything. I tried the rope. I tried the crowbar. I pushed it. Didn't move." Father said, "Son, you didn't ask for help." Well, if you are going through challenges, if you are facing challenges of connecting or communicating a positive message to the people and the institutions that you serve, well, then it's time to ask for help. Ask for help from people who have been there. Ask for help for people who have come out in the way that you and other law-abiding, tax-paying citizens would want to see. I always begin with a question. What is the best possible outcome that we can get out of these institutions? Because if we ask those questions, we can reverse engineer a path that will get them there. And when we do, we've truly created a win-win situation, a situation that wins for you because you're empowering people who live in struggle. You're inspiring them to find intrinsic motivation so that they are working hard to prepare for success, not because they want an extra bowl of cereal or a lower bunk or a merit of some sort. No, they're intrinsically motivated to truly want to change their life. They begin to see that life is only 10% of what happens to them and 90% of how they respond. That's what I want to show, and that's what the Earning Freedom Mastermind courses are all about. They can provide an enormous resource for you and your team and for the people you serve, people who are living in environments that sometimes feel as though there's no way out. It's my job to try and show those people that there is a way out, that there is a way to reject the criminal lifestyle, to reject criminal thinking patterns, to begin developing critical thinking skills so that they can evaluate and assess how every decision they make relates to new opportunities or threatens opportunities. There's an opportunity cost with every decision we make. That's what masterminds like you understand. That's what I try and share through this mastermind course. I want people to understand that as long as they have access to a pen, a paper, an envelope, an ability to communicate, they can reach beyond wherever they are and start sowing seeds for the best possible outcome. How? It all begins with this question-based learning that leaders have known for centuries. Leaders like Socrates, leaders like Mandela, leaders like Gandhi, leaders like Jack Welch, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mandela. I mean, they have taught us that education is the true path. It is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. But education requires that we tap into resources of every type. And this is a new resource. This Earning Freedom Mastermind course, it is a new resource. Why? Because it's delivered by exactly what you want to come out of your institutions. It's delivered by people who have gone through struggle. Not only me, I can't connect and communicate with everybody. There are a lot of people that I will never be able to reach. And that's why our Earning Freedom Mastermind courses tap in to resources of other individuals who've gone through struggle, whether they are Hispanic, Asian, African American, white, former gang members, rich people, poor people, all kinds of people are helping me deliver this message of masterminds, sharing a message that there is a way through struggle, that there is a way into a more prosperous life, and it's our job as part of the Earning Freedom Mastermind courses to provide those in a manner in a format for you to use and in a manner that doesn't threaten security of your prison, your jail, your school. Why? Because everything is delivered in a digital format. We show you through our digital format how you can show these individuals how they can move their way through the labyrinth of difficulty, the labyrinth of struggle, starting wherever they are and freeing themselves into a life of opportunity and prosperity and fulfillment and meaning and relevance. That's what the Earning Freedom courses are all about. That's why you will be able to use them as an effective tool that people that you serve will certainly identify with. Why? Because every message has come from an individual who has gone through the same situation they're in right now. We can work together to stop this, what has been identified as a school to prison pipeline, where people are living without hope, and instead of advancing on to the university, as many of you have done, they're finding themselves in situations that bring them right into the state or federal prison system. If you're operating a prison, you can stop this revolving door where prisons are sometimes leading to not only recidivism, but intergenerational cycles of recidivism. We can truly build a system of corrections if we tap in to all of our resources, including resources that I am offering to you, resources of message of hope from the formerly incarcerated people, bringing them into jails and schools and prisons. And this is the time to do it, when we have the President of the United States going into prisons and talking about the need to change, the need to think in innovative ways, the need to bring new programs that will help more people understand what steps they can take to begin positioning themselves for a life of success and relevance and meaning. We need to be recognizing this is the time when we have leaders from both the right, like the Koch brothers who fund the Heritage Organization and other important think tanks, from the left with leaders like Van Jones, who is consistently working to improve social programs. Everybody is in agreement that we need to create innovative programs that will help more people recognize that there is a path to success. This program that I teach not only provides it in digital format, but it's interactive. Your participants can ask questions, send them to me, and I will respond with this type of a video format, interviewing other people who look like them and talk like them and think like them, or people who've gone through what they have gone through. And this is how we get the message across in a manner that does not threaten security of your institutions. Don't take my word for it. Scroll down this screen and you will see testimonials from your colleagues, like Deputy Warden Michael Taussig from the state of Maine's prison system, like Michael Colwell, a director from Washington State's Department of Corrections. You will you will see testimonials from Judge Tafoya, who speaks about his role in sentencing people to prison and recommends Earning Freedom as a useful tool to the California Department of Corrections. You will see testimonials from professors at Stanford and Berkeley, and media representations or endorsements from PBS NewsHour that profiled our work, from NBC News that profiled our work. You will see that there is enormous credibility behind the information that I'm providing through this Earning Freedom Mastermind courses. And what's beautiful about it is it's ongoing. If you choose to subscribe to this program and purchase it for your institution, you will receive PDF lesson plans on values, on goals, all taught from the perspective of the people that people in your institutions will recognize and appreciate. They will understand the importance of identifying their values by which they profess to live. They will figure out how to find their own avatars, the people that they want to impress and prove worthy of trust. And they will know how to set goals that clearly define whether they are on the path to success. Then they can embark upon this deliberate course of action that all masterminds know. What is is it? It's understanding attitude. It's 100% commitment to success. It's understanding aspirations, seeing themselves as something more than what they are right now. It's understanding incremental action steps, accountability lessons so that they know how to hold themselves accountable. They will understand how to become aware of opportunities, as opportunities were opening for me, for everybody who served time alongside of me. But because I was on this deliberate path that Masterminds taught me, I was able to seize them, just as the people you serve will be able to seize opportunities, and others will become vested in their success and helping them succeed. So that's an extra lesson that they will receive by going through this Earning Freedom Mastermind course. They will learn how to celebrate every achievement. They will learn how to express appreciation for the blessings that come their way. And this is the way that they can actualize, as Abraham Maslow spoke about in his hierarchy of needs, that we need to satisfy these basic quests in order to grow and become stronger. And this is the tool that I strive to give to you, not only with the PDF lesson plans, but also with video links that teach each course and podcasting links so that you can use it to achieve the type of significance that you're looking to create in your institutions. If you choose to, in addition to getting the Mastermind course, you can also get these books that I wrote while I was incarcerated. In Earning Freedom, Conquering a 45-year prison sentence, the individuals, it's a 440-page book, and it shares the strategies that I used from the day that I was arrested. On August the 11th, 1987, it takes me through the judicial process. It walks the individual through how I made every decision. Once a judge sentenced me to 45 years in prison, how I was able to go through school and persuade universities to admit me, even though I didn't have any money, even though I had been a poor student as a young man, how I was able to earn an undergraduate degree, a master's degree, publish a series of books, build an extensive support system. All of this happened because why? I was on the mastermind path, a path that I learned from masterminds that I'm trying to teach. In this book, so it shows how to sustain a high level of energy and discipline through a long period of time. This book here, my 8,344th day prison, it shows how the discipline that it takes to get through a single day, how every decision is deliberate from the moment I would open my eyes until the moment I would go to sleep, with every conversation I had, where I sat, what I did while I was incarcerated, and all of that, it gives a really solid roadmap for the people that you are serving so that they can see. If you're working with at-risk youth, this is the book for you. Success, it shows this same methodology. However, it's told and taught from the perspective of at-risk youth rather than adults. And Triumph talks all about the Straight A Guide. All of these are resources that I offer as a great tool for you to inspire the people inside of your institutions. And I am so confident that it can help that I offer, of course, a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. What does it cost for all of this? Well, I'll tell you. The Mastermind course, which I've filmed 10 videos, which I have recorded 10 podcasts that go along with it. And I've written the entire manuscript, the book that goes along with it, you can download, all for a $500 price to use in your institution. But if you have the budget, I would really encourage you, step up and buy the entire course, which includes 100 Earning Freedom podcasts, 10 copies of either Triumph or Success, depending if you're working with adults or adolescents, 10 copies of Prison, my 8,344th day, 10 copies of Earning Freedom. If you were to buy these 30 books on Amazon, it would cost $550. Earning Freedom sells for $25 in universities across the country. Prison, these other books sell for $15. So if you buy them through this course, it's a savings of $250. One low price of $900 to sow seeds of hope and inspiration for the people that you serve. And again, there's a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee if you take this course and you don't find it to be the most useful resource and tool in inspiring your people. I insist, send it back. I'll refund your entire purchase price and you can keep the books. That's how confident I am that these resources that I am providing to you really offer the opportunity to move the needle, to change things in your institution. So I would encourage you, contact me. This is my contact information. You can reach me at michael@michaelsantos.com by email. I'm giving you my desk phone number, my cell phone number. You can visit my website at michaelsantos.com. If you'd like me to come out to your institution or your school and give a live presentation, I'm more than happy to do so. We just have to figure out what the costs are depending on where you're located. But I would really encourage you, before then, purchase the Mastermind course. It can absolutely help you and your staff members achieve the outcomes by teaching the people in your institution to pursue a question-based, self-directed course. They may either, you can have facilitators teaching the course, or you will find that this is also an outstanding resource for self-directed individuals. I would love to respond to any questions that you have. And if you want to reach out to me, you'll find me responsive. You'll find me that I'm always working hard to prove worthy of the trust that you place in me and working with me. I am Michael Santos with michaelsantos.com. I want to thank you for visiting this free webinar. Please scroll down the page here. Look at my testimonials, contact them. Don't take my word for anything. Do your due diligence and research, and you will find that the Earning Freedom Mastermind course is an outstanding resource for your institution. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I am Michael with michaelsantos.com, and I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this cognitive skills development program, which is fundamentally different from anything else on the market. And it's different because it's delivered by people who've gone through prisons, who've been through at-risk schools, juveniles, adults, people from every ethnic and socioeconomic background, people that can help you communicate a message without threatening security in your institution. Why? Because everything is delivered digitally, and it's available 24 hours a day once you get it. You can have it within 5 minutes. All you've got to do is click through the buttons below, and it'll take you to an order page. You can order the $500 course, or if you've got the budget, order the $900 course. You'll get the digital documents immediately, and I will order your softcover books and have them sent to you directly. Call me if you have any questions at all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share this message with you. I am Michael Santos with michaelsantos.com and the Earning Freedom Mastermind courses.